confident in a relationship. In today's podcast, Sissy and I, we're going to talk about some of the things that you can do to help boost up your confidence in your relationship. So stay tuned.
Hey, Blissful friends, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Blissology podcast. I am your host, Sissy, and I'm joined by my co-host, the other host of the Blissology podcast.
Hey everybody, this is Will. Hey everybody, this is Will, and welcome back to another episode. We appreciate you guys tuning in today. If this is your first time with us, please remember to subscribe and hit on that notification bell so we can notify you when we put out these videos. This is a weekly podcast, and in this podcast, we talk about
love, life, family. What else?
That's relationship, and that's it.
And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So y'all know how it is. So before we get into today's topic, we like to share. Y'all know how it is. We like to share our blissful moment. So, babe, how you feeling?
It's been a good week.
What's blissful about it?
It's been a good week.
Okay.
The other day I got home, my throat was hurting. I thought I was getting sick, but
I was like, still wait. You know how it is, 2020, March around this time.
Listen, people are still going around with masks on.
Well,
so
yes.
There's still a bit of a scare of COVID or whatever else is out there. So
yeah.
I thought I caught it, but I didn't.
You better not. So nobody got time for that.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time. You're right. So how's your week? What's your blissful moment?
Blissful moment. You know, my girls, they are my blissful moment. They've been doing pretty good in school. Like we went to the library on Wednesday. They don't negotiate library time. Listen, I had so much going on Wednesday. I was like, after I got back from the office, I had a list of things to do. And I was like, can we please go on Thursday instead? They're like, no, mommy, we're not going Thursday. They do not negotiate when it comes to library time. And I got to give this to them because the girls love to read, especially our oldest.
Yeah, she hangs out with books.
Oh my God, y'all. This girl can read a very, very Harry Potter, thick sized book in an hour.
No, she's exaggerating. But she reads a lot.
Her. Maybe not as thick. Maybe but yes, over 100 pages.
In 1 hour?
200 pages, yes. Because she reads pretty well. She reads pretty fast. And our youngest, she likes the comics
She's
book.
still finding her ways.
Yeah, but she really likes the comic. It's funny when we go to the library and we start fighting with each other because she wants to pick her own. And I'm like, these are not at your level, so I don't want you to pick these type of books. And she'll like, but mommy, it's my library card. It's like, girl, if you don't.
She's right. It's her library. She can get whatever she wants.
She can. But at the same time, I want to make sure I check them. Yeah. If you have kids and you take them to a library, check the books. Because some of these books sometimes,
they have stuff you don't want.
They have stuff that you don't want your kids, whether if they're like in kindergarten or whatever grades they are. If they're like young, under middle school, there's certain books you have to check them before they check them out. Because I've came across a few where they're like,
the stories were not quite kids appropriate, or at least what we thought should be appropriate for our children. And I was
like, babe, should I take this book to the library and let them know why they're putting this book, in the kids section? Like, shouldn't this be outside of the kids? Because my kids know certain things yet. We are educating our kids. We are giving them, we don't want the world to, what's the way?
There's certain things I'd rather have us expose our kids to.
Yeah.
When we feel like it's the right time to do so.
Right.
Than having it be dumped into them by either a book or
friends or school.
Yes. We want to control when we get our kids exposed to certain things, because at the end of the day, there are things that you get your kids exposed to. If they're not ready for it, they don't know how to handle it. I'd rather do that this way. When we have the conversation, we kind of go over, this is how you handled it. This is how daddy wants you to handle it.
Yeah.
Because, but hey, listen, That's part of raising kids. And obviously, I'm not coming across as I'm an expert. I just know what I want for my kids.
That's right.
And I'll do what I think necessary.
Yeah, I think, we do what we think is right because we don't have a book. We don't have like we always said,
a manual. This is how you raise your children.
How you raise them and how your parents sometimes can be like, this is what you should be doing. And then sometimes you're like, okay, let me see how we should raise them because it's two different worlds. So yes, we went to a library on Wednesday. They had a good time. They got tons of books and they've already gone through a few. Yes.
Good.
And in 2 weeks we'll be back. And I'm pretty sure before 2 weeks we're probably going to go back. But yes, I had a great time and I love the fact that they like to read. They get a book every day. They grab a book and they make sure they read. That's awesome.
They're reading more than I did when I was their age.
I'm building Black excellence here. All right. That's what I'm saying. Yes. All right. So now let's jump into this topic.
Yes.
Is how to
be confident in a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah. Listen. If you have a pattern of feeling insecure in a relationship, it can be tempting to blame the other person, right?
Was I insecure in our relationship?
You had your issues.
I think we all have a little bit of insecurity, right?
Yeah. And then some of it comes from past experience.
Yeah.
Some of it, sometimes it's on our partner, but it's not always. But it's if your trust have been betrayed, if you've had a bad experience, sometimes that'll cause you to be. Mm-hmm. And if that's the case, you got to find your ways around it.
Absolutely.
Because just because you had a bad relationship or maybe you had a bad experience, that doesn't mean this one would be the same.
Yes. And sometimes people don't have any experience at all where they feel like very uptight, don't know how to approach this person, whether if it's the guy or the girl. It's like, all right, I've never had that experience. I never talked to someone or I never, then there goes the little insecurity kick in right there.
Yeah. And with insecurity, it's hard to build confidence.
Yeah.
And this is where you got to learn to get over your insecurities.
True. But it's not easy. It's not easy. And I think it's not easy. I'm speaking from experience, y'all. Yeah. It's not easy. Over time, you built that. Even sometimes, it'll just trying to kick in.
Yeah, it could be tough.
And it's not just for us, girls. I think guys will have that too.
Some of us may be good at hiding it, but I think when it comes to confidence, you have to build it. Yes. And it always comes to, how responsible are you when it comes to your own actions?
Right.
Agree. And when it comes to experience, we can give different meaning to it, but the meaning we choose to assign to it will determine how we get into the next relationship. So to help you guys out, today we're going to share a few things that we've done some in our own lives to help us, help her rather.
Help us. Don't just put this on me.
Yeah, we
help us.
We're gonna share a few things with you guys that I think is would be very helpful and help you build confidence. If that's something you're fighting with, if it's something that you're good with, maybe you may know someone who can benefit from those things. So let's start with the first one is that you need to know your worth, right? Mm-hmm. You got to make sure you know that you're worth something in this relationship, because that's one of the number one strategy to build confidence in a relationship is to know that you mean something.
Listen, I know my worth. Listen, nobody's gonna come and I'm just saying I know my worth, and know your worth is important. you gotta know your worth, seriously. And
one way to find what you're worth is to practice self-love, believe in yourself, and know that you deserve to be in a healthy and productive relationship. And even if that relationship fell, know that you are worthy.
Yes. And sometimes, I will say this again. For us girls, yes, insecurities are gonna kick in. We're gonna feel like we're not, good enough for this person that we are with. And I think it's always start with self-love, what you just said. And I think it starts within first. You need to love yourself before someone else comes in the picture. A lot of us, we don't really love ourselves the way that we should, because we feel like, I'm actually guilty too. I look better before I had kid, or I look better before I had my daughters, or I need to get rid of this or get rid of that. It's like, you're fighting yourself. It's like a constant battle between you and yourself. So it's definitely important for you to have the self-love and for you to believe in yourself, and that, I definitely agree with what you said. You deserve to be in a good, healthy relationship. And if it
if it ended up not working out, because you're already strong in yourself, you'll be able to bounce back a lot quicker,
easily,
a lot stronger.
Yes.
Because that relationship that may have failed, it doesn't mean that you as an individual is a failure.
Right.
It just didn't work out. So you pick up and you move on.
Yeah, it just wasn't meant to be. At least you know that you did all that you can, right? And, I would say the second thing is for you to take care of yourself. You got to love yourself. And I talk about this all the time. You must be the best version of yourself. Mm-hmm. Embrace who you are. And sometimes we have our weaknesses. We have our, how it is when you have a strength and your weakness, right? So you got to build that. You got to embrace your strength and embrace that there's some flaws, there's some negative that you have, and embrace who you are. I think that's really, really important. Yeah.
And in addition to that, make sure that you physically take care of yourself. Exercise.
Listen, that takes time.
Exercise, eat well. I just, a few months back, I went on a journey of eating better than the way that I used to. And yes, skinny. I dropped a lot of weight.
You were skinny.
But you know what? I'm feeling better.
You were skinny.
I got skinny.
Very skinny. To the point your mom is like, all right, what's going on? Why are you not feeding my son?
Yes.
I'm just kidding. She didn't say that.
But don't go as extreme as I went. But make sure you eat healthy. Exercise. And exercise doesn't mean you're just going to go and be a bodybuilder.
Right.
No, I'm talking about maybe go for a walk.
Yeah.
Twice a week, 3 times a week. Maybe join a gym. Go work out. Do something. But whatever it is that will make you the best version of yourself, do it. And don't forget your psyches. Yes. Check on your mentals.
Yes.
Don't go crazy. So if there's things that are stressing you out, find ways to let loose, to blow the steam off.
Do yoga. Meditate.
You can do yoga. You can meditate.
Meditation is great.
Not for me. And yoga is not for me.
Meditation is great. Yoga is great. Journaling, you write down your stuff. Those are great things to do. But yeah, I truly feel like when you take care of yourself, you don't care what the world feels like.
No.
I feel like when you take care of yourself, you're doing all the things that we just went over. You exercise and you eat right and you feel good. You look good. You embrace yourself. You love who you are inside out. It's like, all right, I know I'm doing me. I'm taking care of me. So if he comes along and don't like what he sees, then forget him. It's like, and I think too, it's always great. There's this couple on Instagram that I follow. They are a team. They work out together. I think I showed you one of their videos.
Yes, you did.
Why you gotta say it like that though?
Yes, you did. You showed me.
I feel like you're jealous or something.
No. Don't expect me to do what he does.
Well, why not?
I'm not him.
I know you're not him. I know you're not.
But yes, if you could do these things with your partner, yes. Now there's a lot of things we do together, not as extreme as those people.
Yeah.
But if you could do things together It allows you to bond together. Yeah, those exercises we talked about, if you can work out together, yes. When you're prepping your meals, if you prep them together, yes, we're going to eat healthy. Although I tried to get her to join me on that journey I was on.
I couldn't do it. I might do it, but at that time I couldn't do it. It was around Christmas time, around Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with you? Who goes on a diet on Thanksgiving,
when
Christmas?
Something's important to you, you gotta be willing to do what it takes.
You know what? I'm gonna do it because it's Lent time, so I'm gonna sacrifice.
When you take care of yourself, you're happy about the way you look,
right?
The way you feel.
Yes.
And if you're happy, it's a guarantee your relationship is going to be happy.
That is so true.
You know?
That is so true. That is so true. And I think, if you're happy and you're with someone, you will definitely feel like, we're strong together.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes. Now, if that person is a Grinch, then you have problems.
Listen, kick him to the curb, okay?
And state your needs. That's very important. Because in this life, we all have needs. As humans, there's some basic needs that we have. And some of those
I need some me time.
She needs some her time.
I do.
But we value certainty. We value significance. We want to make sure that we're important. We value variety.
Yes.
This person is. See me, I can do the same thing every day with no problem. Her.
Yes, I do.
Variety.
And connection.
Yes. Love, connection, yes.
Doesn't have to be love. It could be like too.
Yes. Growth, that's something that we all value.
We very do.
And obviously contributions. You know, we want to know that we either adding to something, either financially or physically, or however we add,
emotionally.
We want to feel like we adding to things. So those are some of the needs we have. And when we're in a relationship, we want to make sure that these needs are being fulfilled. Because if they aren't, then we feel like there's a void. And this is why it's important that we state those needs, that in that relationship, you're aware those are the things that are important to us. And those are common across the board when it comes to all of us.
Right.
Some of us take them to the extreme. Like, I want to be certain about everything.
Yes, like my mom. She will go to the extreme.
It's like when it comes to her, she's crazy about variety. I think we're at the same level when it comes to growth, right?
Yes, we are.
Contribution, I know.
Yeah.
We kind of flip-flopping, but
But connection, though.
I think we're good.
I love my connection.
Yes.
You're still working on it.
Yeah, I'm still working on it. And connection kind of ties to affection and all those things. And I know I'm still working on it.
After 15 years, you're still working.
But these needs that I've just stated, those are important, and state those needs. Because one thing you'll find out, there may be things that's important to you. Or like, for instance, I know she's a bit crazy about that affection and love and connection. I got to make sure I keep working at it to make sure that that's present in our relationship. She knows that I'm nuts about certainty, so she's been helping me to understand that in this life, there are certain things that are not certain. and I'm getting it.
Yes.
Because I could be a control freak when it comes to certain things.
Yes, you are.
And I have to make peace with, sometimes there are things that are not, and sometimes it just creates more aggravation than it actually helped me. So I'm learning.
Yes, you are.
But state those needs and make sure those needs are being met, and keep working at them.
Yes, and don't be afraid to. Don't be afraid. I think if you are with someone or you're dating someone, you should be able to speak what's on your mind. You should be able to, like, hey, I need more of this, right? Or we need to work more in this. Yeah. And I think it's important for you to identify your needs. That is definitely something that we all should be able to do so. I know I have no problem because I'm a mother's child.
No comments.
I have no problem. My husband knows me very well. And I think that's how it helps us build stronger. Yeah. And I think it really helps our relationship too, in a way where, even though I still saying some of the things over and over again, I'm like, he's gonna get it eventually. I don't know when. Maybe when we're like 90 years old, he'll get it.
I get it.
But eventually, yes. And I definitely feel like, sometimes I do put high expectations on you. Sir.
It's not just high expectations. She expects me to be like her.
How am I expecting you to be like me?
You expect me to think like you.
Okay. Elaborate, babe.
I
know what he meant, but I don't want to talk.
If she thinks this thing is important enough, today she feels like she wants this without speaking it. She expects me to think that, you know what, she's probably going to want this today. I'm not at that level yet.
Yeah, we all do it. It's just me. Every woman does that. If you've been with someone for a long time, it doesn't matter if it's 2 years, 5 years, a decade, 15 years, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, right? You should be able to tell what your spouse needs. Every woman does that.
And this is where the headache comes, right? It's sometimes when things don't quite happen, they think that it's us causing the headache.
Yes, it is.
But it's actually their expectation that's causing it.
That's not true.
Listen, if you expect me to act a certain way, but on that day, I just wanted to act my own way. And because I acted my own way, without even knowing that you wanted me to act that way, now you get frustrated. How is that my fault?
It is your fault.
See the problem? Listen, I know sometimes in a relationship we expect people to know who we are and understand who we are, but we have to understand that we are different.
I agree.
And in the difference, sometimes we all do things differently. And I'm not talking about do things that hurts the other person. I'm talking about maybe I wasn't thinking about doing this at this moment. Maybe what you thought was so important at that hour is not that important to me. Maybe you were thirsty. I didn't know. I went in the back and grabbed me a glass of water, but I didn't bring you any because I didn't know you were thirsty. Little things sometimes can trigger that aggravation. It's not so much that the person did something wrong. It's just that, okay, they were expecting you to do it, but you weren't thinking about it, so you didn't do it.
Like, on the other side, if I'm in the kitchen getting some water or whatever I'm getting, I don't assume that you need some. I just bring it over to you.
Yeah, but if you didn't bring it, I would have been fine because I didn't want you.
This is how you're thinking.
And it's that we're using water, which is like very insignificant things, but there's a lot of things that couplets gets in the way because one expect the other to do a certain thing or to act a certain way, but the other person wasn't aware of it, or they weren't thinking that way, and before you know it, that becomes a problem.
Yes.
So
it will be a problem.
Listen, I'm not saying don't expect things from a partner. Do expect it, but at the end of the day, understand that if this didn't quite happen, sometimes it's not that other partner's fault. It's just that you were thinking of something. You had a completely different wavelength than they are. Mm-hmm. This is no reason to be frustrated. Yeah, bring it up. Maybe I was expecting this, but talk about it, but not get frustrated and get pissed and think that they're causing you mad headaches. No.
Yeah, there's some people that are definitely. I'm not like that anymore. I'm not like that. Right?
Yeah.
You say I'm still like that, babe? I was never like that.
You? Let me just not say anything. But hey, listen.
I'm just saying. That's not true.
Here's what I say to this when it comes to expectations. Yes. Expect great things from your partner. But at the end of the day, also learn to be more appreciative of the things they do. Learn to be more grateful. Because there's a lot of things our partners do, or your spouse, or whoever you're with does. It's not to hurt you. If they forget something, they weren't thinking that, hey, I'm gonna just not do this to hurt you. No.
Listen, I understand the first time, the second time, the fourth time.
Well, yeah.
The third time, the fourth time. But
you should learn by the fourth.
You should learn by the fourth.
I
mean, come on.
I agree.
And I know sometimes we're like, all right, there's time when I'm like, babe, you were thinking about me. Or like, for instance, my parents does that. My mom does that to my dad when they're eating something at the last. And I think I've been doing that to you too.
Oh, I've learned. Man, I could be getting down to that very last bite. And then, yes, it hits me. Like, baby, you want some? saves me. Yes, it's been happening. And I don't know, maybe my body's programmed to kind of remind me.
Yes, if you
as
don't.
I'm getting to the last. And sometimes I could feel the stare. She's just like.
And I think and I don't think it's right that the last bite. Okay, I think it should be in the between.
You can't blame me for not offering.
It's in between. While I don't want your last bite. Like, no.
But you cannot get upset saying that I didn't offer. I thought about you. It may be at the last minute, but I did.
See, no, this is not right. Now that's the problem. It's the last minute that's the problem.
It's better late than never.
I'm just saying.
Anyways,
I'm just saying, but I know I had to let go of the past.
Yeah, keeping the past is never a good thing.
Yes. Listen, the past is in the past. You gotta move forward, right? Move on.
And that goes for everything.
Yes.
That argument you had last week. Yeah, the past is the past. That person who did you wrong 2 months ago.
The past
is the past.
Yeah.
Maybe even something that happened yesterday. The past is the past.
Yeah, your past is not your future.
No.
Unless you live there.
Well, if you live there, I feel bad for you.
Because some people are like, this is you. They'll say something like, oh, girl, you don't do that no more. And I'm like, no, that was my past. I don't live there no more. So don't get too comfortable, okay? Don't get too comfortable. I don't live there no more. I'm in the present, in the future now, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, listen, I definitely agree. Your past experience are lessons that we all learn for the better.
Yes.
To shape you, to make you becoming a better person. To shape you and make you become a better person.
Yeah.
Right? And I think sometimes, I always say this, everything happens for a reason. Your past was something that you learned from, whether if it's good or bad. So you don't bring that to your future.
Yeah, and one thing I would say when it comes to this, there's people that's been in some bad relationship. Someone let you down, cheated on you. Now, in that new relationship that you in, don't think that this person is going to do the exact same thing.
And that's the thing, sometimes it's hard. Unless if you fully healed. If you healed from the past, then you can move on to it.
Okay, so let me rephrase what I said. Don't get into a relationship if you're still sick from your past.
If you still bruised from your past.
Yes. But if you learn, okay, I was with this person, it was all on this person.
Yeah.
Whatever happened, it was all on them. And yes, in relationship, there's always someone who does something. If I get into this new relationship, I need to treat this person as this person.
Different.
Now, I'm not saying be naive and let them do whatever or let her do whatever and just be, no. Still be adult about it. Still keep your eye out. But you don't have to be so crazy jealous and wants this person to report to you every second, everywhere they are, because you can't trust them because you couldn't trust the person you were with prior.
Right.
That's what I mean. Don't bring it into the new relationship. Don't think everything he does or she does is something to hurt you because you had someone to hurt you in the past. No.
Don't put a GPS on his car or her car.
AirTag.
Don't do that. Don't be on your iPhone and then all right, I'm going to put something in. I'm going to make sure that he is at work or she's at work where she says she's going to be. And if she's not there, then something. Because that's going to torture you.
Well, yeah. If you have to do this in a relationship because you've had issues in your past relationship, then you're not ready to be in a relationship.
Right. That's what I say. Yeah.
Right. So if you can look at the past relationship, whatever happened, if they're not controlling your behaviors in your current relationship, then you're good. If you realize that everything you're doing in that new relationship is based on what happened on the last one, then you're probably going to frustrate this person and they will leave.
And sometimes, y'all, it takes time. You don't want, if you had a really, really horrible experience in the past, and you want to make sure that you get better, right? You want to make sure that you write a letter to yourself or to your past, and you write everything, everything, okay? And then you burn that letter. That means you burn everything, whatever past, whatever issues that you had in the past, it's all gone. Now you're moving into the future, into the present.
All right, so that's a shortcut to get better. Burn the bad stuff.
Yes, just like Stella.
Yeah, whatever you do to help you get. No,
Stella,
I don't.
baby, Angela Bassett, when she burned all the clothes because the guy was shitting on her, and burned the house, burned the car, burned the car with the clothes. Baby, Stella got her groove back. You remember that movie? Okay,
I know the name, but I don't remember the specific things that happen in there. But whatever you do to help you get over whatever trauma you may have suffered in the past, to not have to control the behaviors,
have a party.
Your behaviors in your new relationship, do it. And if you caught yourself acting unusual in that new relationship, take a step back and ask, why am I being this way? If that person is legitimately doing something to cause you to be this way, yeah, be that way until you get rid of that person or you fix them. However, if you realize that you're behaving that way solely because of how your past relationship went, then you need to change something. Mm-hmm. And one thing I'd say is be present in your relationship.
Yeah.
Not only don't let the past dictate what you do, but don't let the worries of what may happen in the future dictates what you do. Because the present is the moment you have. If anything's going to happen, if you're going to enjoy anything, if you're going to build anything, you didn't build it now. The future will come. And most of the things that we think the future will be, it's just imagination, because it typically doesn't happen the way we imagined it to. So why worry about something that's not real?
It hasn't happened.
It hasn't happened. You can do what you do today to make sure that you have a better future, but you still have to do it today.
Right.
So love this person, enjoy this person, do things together. All of some of the things we've talked about to make sure that you have a solid relationship.
Yeah, be
today.
present.
Be in the present.
Yeah, don't be in the past.
Well, yes,
you'll feel better. You feel like you're enjoying life. You're enjoying this relationship because you give it all. You give this relationship all that you have, and this is all you. You know, where you're not worried about little Johnny, what he did to you,
or what he might do in the future.
Or what he might do in the future, or little Susie.
I don't know why you keep adding little in front of people.
Or Susie name. Or Johnny, you know.
Those sounds like kids' name, not people who should be in a relationship.
Mark.
Okay, if there's a Mark out there, she's not talking about you. But yeah, be in the present, because that's the only place we can live.
Yes.
And that's the only place we can build that life, we can build that family. Yes, the future will come.
Yes, and also too, it's not fair to the partner that you're with, right? If you're still thinking of the past, it's not fair to the new guy or the new girl that you're with.
Yeah.
Because you got to be there together. We need to be in the present, and we need to have fun together. Like, I mean, how could you be confident in a relationship if you don't have fun? If you're not having a good time, enjoying yourself, and being in the present, you know, then you'll be miserable.
Yeah, so have fun.
Oh, okay.
Have fun.
Yes.
Be intimate. Try new stuff. Share some great experience, some great moment. Communicate with each other.
Yeah.
Be very open, very clear. Share emotional moments. All of these things.
Yeah, cry together.
Cry together, laugh together.
Cry together is very emotional. It gets you very closer to the other person.
Yeah, but crying together could be sometimes not fun.
Only you would say that.
Well, it all comes down to what reason are you crying. If you're crying because I just proposed to you and you're filled with emotions.
Oh, we're watching a movie and then we both cry.
No, that's usually not good tears. But share your experience, and you'll find that you'll find those moments are very enjoyable. Yes, it could be a movie that you just watch, you started crying, and what you do, you just crawl up on me and I hold you tight. You enjoy it.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes I'll ask, okay, what happened to you? Why are you crying?
Yeah, you do.
But yeah, sometimes you cry for no reason.
I do that a lot. I get very emotional.
You know, we were watching a cartoon movie the other day.
I do get emotional.
Animated movie. She started crying.
I do get emotional. It's not me. It's just the spirit in me.
Even after crying, we can laugh together because when I kind of pointed out, it's just cartoon. There's nothing happening. It's just all emotions. They were all on the screen, far away from her, and we kind of laugh about it and see how emotionally fragile she is.
I am very much so.
But
I get it from both of my parents.
Yeah, I think
do.
so.
And Will, my brother too.
Yes. You people are like
very emotional. Thanks to my grandma.
I wouldn't want you guys to be in a fight with me. Like someone's beating me up and you're standing over there crying.
We're very emotional, all four of us.
Oh, okay.
Me, my brother, my mom, my dad. It's funny that my cousin Mita is not emotional.
Oh no, she'll chew you out.
She will.
But yes, I mean, share those moments because those moments, those experiences, especially those that you enjoy, when you have fun and so forth, those are the ones that you'll remember the most. And create as many of them as you can. And you're never too old, you're never too young to have fun.
That's right.
I know sometimes some of us can get too serious and we forget that we need to enjoy ourselves.
Like you.
I'm reminded of that every so often, that chill, relax.
Yeah, every day.
No, not every day. Come on, I'm not that bad.
Every weekend. There we go.
Come on, I'm not that bad.
Yes, you are, baby.
Listen, on the weekend, if we're living at a certain time, I want us to
husband is very
live
stiff.
the house at a certain time we said we would.
Have fun. Life is too short for you to be too serious all the time. I'm just saying.
Responsibility is an important thing. Anyway.
Like I said, life is too short for you to be all serious and all about responsibility.
Let me just say the last thing that I think is very important, and I think many relationships are built on it. Be honest.
That's hard.
Is important. Now, I know some of us are in jealous relationship where they think that we're doing something wrong when we are not.
Sometimes you gotta be doing something wrong.
Don't give your partner reason to think that you're doing something wrong, right?
Because sometimes y'all be doing something wrong.
If you're working late in the office, make sure that you are working late in the office. Don't let someone spot you somewhere that's not in the office, right? You could have had a good reason for being somewhere that's not in the office, but tell them.
I wonder what that reason would be.
Listen, you could have wanted to stop by your mom to eat some food because maybe the food at home is not that tasty. In that case, it's okay to say, I'm stopping by my mom to eat some food because the food at home is not tasty. As opposed to tell your spouse that you're working late. I'm just using that as an example. But if you're going to be somewhere or you have to do something, yes, your spouse may not like it, but bring it up and let them know.
Yeah.
Maybe you can convince them to see the reason, but don't lie about it. Don't give them reason to think that you're doing something that you're not.
Yes.
Right? So I'd rather have an argument. I'd rather have a discussion about something before it happens.
Yeah.
Then afterwards, trying to explain why it happened. Why is it not what you think it is? Right? Because that's always harder to explain.
True.
It's not what you think it is.
But it looks like it. I would say have a policy of where we both are open and honest with each other.
Yeah.
Right?
You should.
I think it's a great way for you to get closer and build a stronger relationship where we both very
but if you come from a background where you always have something that you want to keep to yourself, that may be difficult to do. But remember, when you're in a relationship, it's no longer you, it's us. And yes, I know I used to say it's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission, and I think there's still a place for that. But when it comes to things that may cause your spouse to think that you're being dishonest, you're not being faithful.
Yes.
Then yes, you need to be upfront. If you're meeting a coworker for whatever reason you're meeting them,
you shouldn't be meeting a coworker.
There could be legitimate reason why you need to meet with a coworker. Be upfront. Hey, I'm meeting so and so for that reason. You don't think I should be? You can tag along if you want to.
Yeah, I'll tag along because I'm like, where you going?
If you don't trust me to hang out with so and so because we have to discuss business, you can come along. And I will let someone say, hey, by the way, my wife is going to join me. Now, if you don't want to meet and discuss business, let me know. But my wife is going to be.
Now, if they said no, then now you know it wasn't about business.
Yeah.
You know, it's like one person said business, the other one is not thinking of business, thinking of, okay, let's just go out and talk about business. The person may be
like, how could you be a businessman when your wife can't trust you to meet with a client?
Oh, your husband. I don't want
to do business with you because you're not a man.
Oh, your husband.
Yeah, that could be reasons. But I'm saying if you're going to do something or anything that you're doing, just be upfront with your partner. But you should be meeting
with someone after work.
That could be reason why I meet with someone after work. But anyway, let's go back to it. If you can do something that may cause your partner to think that you're being infidel, before you do it, make sure that you let them know. Give them the options if they want to tag along with you. If it's a place that you have to be, let them tag along. But don't say you're gonna do this, and you happen to get spotted doing that. That's a problem.
That's actually will be a problem for me because now I start thinking about whether I should trust you or not.
Well, yes.
Now I'm going to start thinking about how many times have you done this? Where now I'm like, all right. Right?
Yes,
because
once you lie once.
Oh, it's done.
You lose credibility.
Yes. It's like 100.
Yes.
You go like
for some people, just say you lie once.
You out.
Nothing you ever did was ever true. They think you lie about everything.
That's true.
So don't let yourself down that road. It's not worth it.
Yeah, because I think that's a red flag. And if you lie to your partner, and there's a lot of things.
There could have been innocent lie.
Listen, I would say those are red flags. Just don't ignore them. They're red flags. Mm-hmm. Right? And I think, when you practice honesty, you should practice honesty. You should.
Well, you must.
You must, because it will help, build intimacy and, of course, trust. I trust my husband 100%. He knows that. I don't trust them.
I never lie.
Come on, baby. That's just a lie. You just told a lie. You just told a lie, baby. For you to say you never lie, that's a lie.
There's this whole concept that I believe in. Sometimes it's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. But that only applies to certain things.
You say that a lot. You do say that a lot.
See, if I want to get something, I get it. And when it gets, I said, baby, oops, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you, but it's already here. We're keeping it.
Okay. That's okay. But if it's something else.
That's what I'm saying. That this is in only cases like this where the whole notion of it's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. I only use it in those cases, which lately I've been very, very cautious about where I spend money. So I haven't been using that. But maybe in the future I will get back to it.
I hope not. Because I'll be like, no, you're not. You better return that. But I listen. You got to have confidence in your relationship. In any relationship, you must have confidence, right?
Yeah.
And I think, you got to be able to be yourself with your partner. You got to be able to trust, love yourself, be honest, have fun. And I think these are great ways. Like right now I can say and do whatever in front of my husband. That's just how much confidence I have in myself in our relationship. You know what I mean? Because of course, it doesn't happen in one day. It doesn't happen in a month or a year. Over time, by doing it over and over again, we become like so comfortable around each other. So therefore, I truly feel like it takes time, yes. But at the same time, just let go of the past and be who you are. And you're going to see how much this is so much easier. Like I was telling my husband, I can't believe I've been married for
13 years.
13 years.
Yeah.
Together 15 years. And I'm like, it doesn't feel like we've been married for that long because we so comfortable around each other. We have so much confidence in our relationship. So therefore, it doesn't feel like that long.
She sometimes forces me to have fun. She does. And I appreciate it. Because I could be a stickler. I could be a stickler sometimes. So she's just like, let loose, relax a little bit. But at the end of the day, remember, when you're in a relationship, the goal is to make that relationship work and make it last. And if you don't feel sure and secure in that relationship, if you don't feel confident in that relationship, there's no way it's going to last. So do the things that's going to help you. And a lot of the time it starts with you.
Yes.
Not the other person. I mean, sometimes the other person have their own issues, but you got to look at yourself first.
Yep.
Your behaviors, your way of thinking, the things you do, all of this play a role on how good you feel in that relationship.
Yes.
And if you can start looking at what you do and start tweaking them just to make sure that you're grounding yourself to be your best self, you'll find that things will start changing in the relationship. And if you're changing, you can maybe coach your partner to change as well, because it always takes two people.
It takes two.
Yes. Now, you all have to know why you're in this relationship, because if I'm in it for one reason and you're in it for a different reason, there's no way it's going to work. We got to be in it for the same reason. Find what that reason is, set the right expectations, and work at it every day.
Together.
Listen, we still got a lot of work to do. This woman still got issues, but I'm fixing her. Anyways.
He's fixing me. Well, I'm fixing him to let loose.
We're fixing each other. So listen, relationship is an ongoing work.
Yes.
And work at it. Listen, I know we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of ways to go.
Like Al says,
we've been at this. Yeah, we've been at this for 13 years. Listen, we're crawling right now.
We're crawling.
We're still wearing diapers.
Yeah.
So eventually, we're going to be teenagers.
Our neighbors told us that we're still new in this.
Yeah,
because they've been married for 40 years.
40-some years.
Yes.
So we got a long way to go. But you know what? Our goal is to make this work however way we can.
Yes, yes.
And that's it. So thank you very much, everybody, for listening to our podcast today and ways to become more confident in your relationship.
That's right.
And hopefully you guys can find this beneficial. Please share with anyone
you should watch the whole podcast, okay? If you made it to the end, you should watch this whole podcast. So this was really good.
Well, by now they already watched the whole podcast.
And don't skip
so we appreciate
through it, because I can tell if you skip through it.
Anyway, but we thank you guys for listening and sticking with us while we discuss things that can help. That's been helping us be confident in our relationship.
Yes.
And please remember to subscribe and like and leave comments and share. We appreciate it, and that helps us on YouTube as well. So please subscribe.
And thank you to our new subscribers.
Yes, thank you. And all of those who've been leaving comments, she's trying to get to them.
Y'all know life be lifing over here.
Anyway, so we appreciate you guys. And again, thank you very much. And we will see you next Saturday.
Bye.
Peace.